ready for the one and only show, live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of marydaycom. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber.
Hey guys, welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. It's your girl matchmaker Amber Neal. If it's Thursday, y'all know what that means. It's time for this sexy single sofa. And today we have another total package woman on the couch. We're going to talk to her today and find out what it is that she's looking for, what are her deal breakers, and at the bottom of the hour, we've got a really good topic. What keeps you from moving on from your ex? So many times people are single because they're still hung up on their ex, and energetically, it never lies. So, y'all welcome to my co-host, DJ Houston. Ooh, I just realized how short this skirt is when I sit down. Let me go ahead and kind of fix that. I'm over here flashing the audience. My bad.
Yeah, right. You know she's doing a lot on purpose.
I did it.
Her kitty's betraying her today.
No, it's not. I was speaking, it did betray me because I forgot to bring my book in here, promo. I'll grab that on. When I come back, guys, I'll show you my new book. Y'all can get a copy. Hit me up at the Amber Neal Show. It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me. Everybody deals with their own coping mechanisms. Some people drink, some people overachieve, and some people like sex, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And trust me when I tell you firsthand, good deal. Having a whole relationship you have no business being in. So we're going to talk about that as well.
Facts. Absolute facts. I mean, I think that describes my marriage, you know what I'm saying? My whole marriage was good D, so let's put it that way. That's the reason he was able to put a ring on it. Okay.
Okay. All right, guys, today we are talking about 10 things to help you keep you from moving on. But first, let's go ahead and welcome in our sexy single on the sofa today. Y'all give it up for Nicholl. Welcome to the show.
Hi everybody. Yay.
That feels crazy.
Sorry, I was trying to share it real quick while they were still doing the
no,
introduction.
no,
So, hey.
You're good. Welcome in.
Yes.
And guess what, guys? If you want to meet Nicholl, or you have a question, you need advice, or you want to share something that's kind of relative to what we're talking about, the phone lines are open, 866-479-8752. The matchmaker hotline is open, so call in.
As you can see, we ready. We're ready to take your
ready.
calls.
Yes.
You know, I know Nicholl wants to hear from y'all too.
Yes.
Y'all got, you know, maybe you want to ask some questions. You know, like.
Yes.
Maybe you want to try to put your move on, so that way Amber can be like, blocked. Go ahead, call us up.
And if you're watching this after the show has aired, the phone lines are open 24/7. You can leave a message. The whole thing, Nicholl, about live matchmaking is that people have heard of matchmakers, right? But a lot of people don't really know what's the process. Like, what do matchmakers look for? What makes it so different? One of the things I can definitely tell you in cultures all around the world, matchmaking is a very old tradition. It is very old. And even when it's not official matchmaking, even back in the days back when it was, hey, give me, I want your daughter, but give me some land, or it's always that compromise, and it was always the men in the family negotiating on behalf. And one of the things about that is it brings up a good point. A lot of times, as women being so emotional, when we have our fathers in our life, our father being that person that's that filter that go through, because one, men truly can identify things that sometimes women miss because we're not a man. We can understand a man, but sometimes we don't always think like a man. And, you know, so the thing is that if it's not your father, the matchmaker is kind of that person that steps in on your behalf to go, hey, what are your intentions? What do you really want from her? Are you guys compatible, or are you just trying to waste her time? So let's jump in and find out a little bit about you first, Nicholl. Tell me how long you've been single.
Man, I've been single now for a long time. I think single to me means not married.
Yeah.
So I've been single my whole life.
Okay, so never married. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
36.
36,
Yes.
never married. Okay, college.
Oh, of
degrees?
course, yes.
Okay.
You don't have a choice. I was born and raised in Barbados, so it's like you have to go to college for your family. So.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's not a bad thing.
So it's like it's not a bad thing, but it's like you have to. I did undergraduate at Florida A&M University,
Oh, nice.
Tallahassee, Florida. Go Rattlers!
Yeah.
And graduate at Walden University. I did management information systems, and so that's my education so far.
Oh, good. You know, education is so important. The show we talked about yesterday, Nicholl, was why high-value women have such a hard time finding love or have trouble finding love. You have so many successful women out here that struggle to find love, and some people think it's because we wait too long to get married. We wait too long. I was watching another date coach. I love to watch different date coaches and just kind of see, you know, how are we similar? Are we giving the same kind of advice?
Right.
And even Kevin Samuels, who I really don't particularly like that
despises.
much. Who they have a ban for him, but there is some truth in what he's saying, and I really was thinking about it last night. Where Kevin and I really, in theory, are really saying a lot of the same things about how women waste so much time thinking that they're just a hot commodity forever, and then once you get over 40, it becomes the man's favor. So I always try to tell women, you don't have time. We're in a man's world. You've got to speed it up if you really want to have somebody serious. But here's the thing: so many college-educated women that have their act together waste time dating. And they date for 4 years. They date for 7 years. That's not necessary. You know, back in the day, there wasn't dating. It wasn't about dating. It was about, I see you. I'm looking for a wife. They put a ring on it. That's why Shamir and Suge got married in 86 days.
Listen.
Because a man knows, girls, don't let him waste your time, and you don't be the one wasting your time.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say something from the comments section real quick. You know, y'all don't get Amber started up on Kevin again, because we did a whole show.
They just said don't start on him.
Yeah, like don't start on him. But if you're listening to Kevin, guys, you are doing the exact opposite of what women really want in a man. Yeah. Okay, like get it right. All right, that's why you gotta start listening to Amber. I mean, obviously, clearly, this is why you're listening to Amber, because Kevin hasn't gotten you anywhere.
And I don't want to. I'm not a fan of Kevin per se.
Right.
But one thing that I would say, I've learned from him, if that's really how men think, it's important to know that, because there's some guys who think like that.
No, 100.
So I always say, you know, don't be out here in the dark.
But
if he's expressing the thoughts of some
I get
guys,
where you're coming from. But here's the thing about Kevin.
That's why I said we agree on a lot of things.
I think he speaks on behalf of unhealed men. You know, the men that you really don't want, that aren't husband material. That's what he speaks on behalf of players, okay? And that's not what love is about at all. And that's why I'm saying, like, he may be speaking for of a point of view of men, you know, because yes, men do think like that, but those are the unhealed men, the men that won't be able to settle down, the men that will constantly be cheating on their women's in relationships because they're scared of that commitment, because they don't want to sit there and actually go down to the root problem and find out why they're scared of that commitment.
Yeah,
I could see that.
It's just like I said, I was thinking about it last night, and I'm thinking, you know, it's not that I disagree on everything he says. It's just the way he's so rude to women about it.
Yeah.
It's all about the delivery of that. You don't have to clown someone or hurt their feelings to let them know you're wasting your time.
Right.
And so the message is the same.
I just wanted to say, guys do that in dating.
And they do, and that's
some
what I'm saying.
Men are not nice.
But
these
are unhealed men that you don't want to be around.
That's right, and you don't want those.
Yeah, they do hurt your feelings. You go out on that day, and that person can do or say something. You're like, ooh, okay.
Right. But that's exactly why we invented the single, or that's why. I'm sorry, not we. This is why Amber invented the sexy single sofa, because she's trying to take all that scam out of it. And what's the statistic say? Out of every 100 dates, only 3 of them are actually compatible with
compatibility.
you. You know, so think about it. The people that Kevin's preaching on, or he's highlighting for women, are those guys that are going to be the 97 guys that you wasted your time on a date.
Yeah, because what Kevin is really trying to say is basically it's a man's world.
Right.
And he's saying that our problem in America as women is we're too masculine. We are too much like men. We work like men. We have sex like men. We do everything like men. And he's basically saying if you take that attitude or anywhere else in the world, you won't get away with it because men still run the rest of the world.
Right.
Only in America do women try to basically liberate to that same point. So, but I've said this, and I was thinking about this last night. We say that a lot of the same things, just my delivery is different. It's different. And it's just, I also stress to women, don't waste your time dating for years. Men know. They know it. They know what category they put you in. Where I disagree with Kevin is his stress is on that the men are the value and not the women. And that the only thing that women are here for is to be a helpmate. So he's literally taken away the power from the women's lib movement that we've evolved to demand equality and saying your role on this earth is not to be an independent woman. Your role is to support a man. And basically you're not complete unless you have one. And that we disagree with that. You are enough. You are healthy. You're whole by yourself. But the real part I don't agree with him is where he puts the emphasis on money being what makes a man valuable.
Right.
And it's not the money. It's about the character and the integrity. Are they going to be loyal? Are they your best friend? Are they somebody that you want to have children with? But his attitude is like, hey, we're high value. We can do what we want. You should expect these high value men to be able to cheat. You should be able, you should expect those things. And all I'm saying is his message is right to a point with me. I just don't think that I'm only put on earth to see if I can find a man. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because God never promised us a partner. It would be great if we are able to get that. What one of our
I ain't even gonna respond to that anymore because you're gonna. That's not what this show is about today. This show is about being, spotlighting a sexy single today. So we're not gonna put any more time into this whole Kevin argument because you know what? I'm not saying that women aren't hurt. I'm not saying that women aren't on the same pedestal as men. That there's. The whole point is we're trying to say that women are just as equal as men. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're trying to say. So based on that,
our purpose as a woman is not to wake up and try to let me find a husband today, and I don't have any value unless I have a husband today. But that's his whole problem. Is our attitude is we are too independent, and that's why we don't have trouble finding a man because men want a woman that's soft and feminine. But guess what? We also want a man that is safe and secure and loyal. And just because you make money, that don't mean you can treat me any kind of way or talk to me any kind of way because you have success.
Right, because women have success too.
All we're saying is our value is not on money.
Right.
It is the heart. The money can change. The money can fade. You're a high value man. You make tons of money. You lose your job. You want a woman that's going to ride for you and not leave you because you don't have any money anymore.
Right, because to that point, money changes all the time. So, all of a sudden, if the man's no longer the breadwinner, I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're just both supposed to starve? Why? When the woman can go out there and supplement or be more. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why a woman can't do the same exact thing as a man in this world, and men just need to learn to accept it.
And that's what he said. He agrees in duality. I agree.
And that's exactly what I agree.
That's all we're trying to say.
Exactly. That's all we're trying to say. And all we were just trying to say is that Kevin Focus is saying that men are more powerful than what women are.
And they are in the world. But we live in America. So.
And not only that, but the whole thing is that's why we're trying to say that we're trying to restructure, retrain everybody to think across the world, not just in America, across the world, that women are equal. You know what I'm saying? Humanity, we are all equal. Okay, we all bleed red. We were all made out of the same exact contents of whatever you want to say, whatever your belief is. So either way.
We're gonna take a break.
Yeah. Well.
All right, guys. Today we're on the sexy single sofa with Nicholl because we can get on our little tangent about Kevin. And Kevin's got over 1 million followers, so there's a lot of truth to it. But we'll come back. We're going to talk about that. When we come back, we are going to do live matchmaking on the sexy single sofa with Nicholl. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Marydate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
It all started when one of Jen's friends brought her out to a bar and she didn't want to go out. She saw me and said, She's going to marry that guy. Her friends thought it was funny. The next night we met. This was 2 days before Christmas. And then we've been together ever since. That was 2007. We hung out that night, didn't even know each other's names. And then eventually we started hanging out and got together. Got engaged January of 2008. Got married April of 2009. And we have 2 kids and a third that we just had a month and a half ago in May. So now we have 3 kids, own a business, been together for 14 years now, and no turning back from there. Everybody said we wouldn't make it. We've been through trials and tribulations, made sure that we always stuck by each other's side and took care of everything we're supposed to. And we've been tested a lot. We have been tested hard. Other than that, we have enjoyed life. We travel. We enjoy spending time with each other 24 hours a day. Never a dull moment, never separation. It's actually been great.
Join Marydate today by visiting www.marydate.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl Millionaire Matchmaker, and you know how we do it. We got a huge singles event coming up 1 week from today. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, it is. And I'm your boy DJ Houston, and we're here to tell you about our singles event. We're doing
Speed dating in the dark, aka glow in the dark speed dating.
And we're bringing you musical love chairs. You know how fun it is to bump somebody out of their chair. Get out of my chair.
You get out of my chair.
Hey, make sure you go and check out our event at the Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Tickets are live. And
come hungry. We have pasta, salad, and fruit included in the ticket price, and it's BYOB. Come for the networking, red carpet, and fun. And hey, is there any price you won't pay for love?
Exactly. So make sure y'all guys go check out that event at the Amber Neal Show on Facebook, and we will see you there. Marydate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
We are the Adolphs.
Willie and Tequila.
We're blessed and honored to be asked to be a host couple for Marydate.
We have been a part of each other's lives for so many years.
We partied hard and worked harder.
We have 4 adult children and 2 fur babies.
We are entrepreneurs, and we work together for over 20 years.
We have been married since 1999 through thick and thin, sickness and health, through troubles and triumphs, struggles and all victories. But God.
We built it up.
We built it up.
We built it up. And now we're solid. Solid as a rock. We are the Adolphs.
Join Marydate today by visiting www.marydate.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the Matchmaker Hotline today, aka the Sexy Single Sofa, aka the Amber Neal Show, y'all. Today we are live in studio with my co-host DJ Houston.
What's up?
We're joined today is live matchmaking, guys. So we're gonna jump right into it. So today we're talking with Nicholl. Nicholl is a very beautiful, successful 36-year-old, educated superstar. So tell us about your career a little bit. Not too much in detail, but what field you work in, what you're kind of passionate about, what you like to do.
I am in the oil and gas field.
Okay.
Been there now for about 10 years.
Okay.
I like it. It's a lot of ups and downs.
Oh, yeah.
You go through a lot of different things, but, it's all about, what you're able to do. Like, I'm like, in my role, like, I get to help people.
Okay.
So I really do enjoy that. Yeah, so outside of that, I get a chance to participate in different community activities. So it's always, fun to have a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So what have you been doing? I always ask everybody this. What have you been doing to try to meet people? That's number one. Where do you go? What do you do? How are you letting the world know you exist?
I am a person, I actually go to like a lot of community-based events, and I also like if there is an artist from the Caribbean who's coming to visit Houston, if there's like a concert or any performance, like I would go to that. I guess I'm just to the point now where I just want to have fun and like enjoy myself. So if I meet somebody who is doing that same thing and they want to like, you know, maybe get to know me, I'm fine with that. But that's just how I just am to the point where I just feel like just be happy, let your happiness show, and people will see that. Yeah.
Amen. So are you, how would you describe your personality, and how would your family describe your personality?
My personality is, I would say, in the beginning, it's a little dry sarcasm.
What's your sign? We need to know.
Yeah, what's your sign?
I just, me and my friend, we were joking the other day. I was like, what am I? I'm like, I'm in March. So, Pisces.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So,
the water sign, the dreamer, hopeless romantic.
Which is, I'm not a hopeless romantic. I am a
hopeful.
I'm hopeful and informed romantic.
I know that's right.
I'm not just out here. No. So, I would say I start off a little bit on the dry sarcasm side. I think it's funny. Most people don't, but I think it's hilarious. And then once you get to know me, you'll figure out my sense of humor. I do have a very analytical mind, so I do ask a lot of questions.
Narcissists hate that.
Yeah, so yes, they do. So
They do.
I just, my thing is, before you get to all of the romantic stuff, I just talk. That's all I want to do. Just get to talk and know somebody, no strings, no hidden agendas, just conversation.
Build a friendship.
Yeah.
You understand it's a good foundation. Has there how does your family, like your immediate family, describe you?
They would describe me as,
I'm not sure I understand.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
Dang, Siri.
Get out of the show, Siri.
Yeah, they would describe me as, I would say, kind-hearted, but very no-nonsense as well.
No nonsense.
They know that I am not, but if I could do anything to help anyone, I would do that. But I'm not the one to play around with.
So, okay, so the question, describe your ideal mate. Like, if you could just wave your magic wand, what would they look like?
That is constantly changing. I thought I had,
You don't have a type?
Yeah, I thought I had like a list. Like I thought I had everything figured out. But as you get, it's like somebody, you might meet someone, is like, not really like on my list, but I think he's interesting. So
I would say the list.
Yeah,
I
so
was gonna say,
I've said that my whole career. Throw away the
exactly.
list.
So I would say, first of all, I would start off with someone kind, chivalrous, and somebody who is not like extremely cheap. Those three I would start with. And of course, I'm tall. I would prefer somebody who is, at least I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So I'm like, I prefer somebody in my height range. Somebody who is also their relationship with God, that means a lot to me.
Yes.
Because that's a big part of my life.
Are there any deal breakers when it comes to that, as far as religions you won't date?
Yes, just in the fact that I've tried it before
Right.
and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I would say somebody who is a believer in God, who has a very just a good relationship with God, and somebody who believes in just maintaining their spiritual life and spiritual health as much as their physical life. That's important.
Physical health as well. I know that's right.
Right, absolutely. So Amber was asking you, like a specific type, what you like, but from what you're saying, it changes. So to me, what it sounds like is you care more about personality than you do looks.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
Okay, this is why we asked this,
I am not walking around with, I need to be able to see you in the day.
I love how she put that.
I'm just saying.
I need to know that I can still kiss you
if
when
I
I
see
come
you
out.
at night, we meet at night somewhere, and then I don't want no dark dinners. I need daylight.
She's like, definitely not dating a vampire
so,
here. Okay.
Of course, I want somebody who is handsome. So teeth are important. You take care. Yeah, you could always buy those, but it's like just some good hygiene. You take care of yourself. What effort you put into yourself, you're gonna bring that into the relationship.
Yes.
If you don't put any effort into yourself, you're not gonna bring that into this situation.
Right.
So that's important. I of course, the textbook, tall, dark, and handsome.
Yes. But that brings me to my question.
Yeah.
So I know on religion, I think we kind of went around it. I know you said somebody believes in God. So you're saying basically you don't care what religion as long as they're not an atheist?
Well, I have tried. No, that's not what I mean. Okay. Somebody who believes in God, like I'm not sure how to explain.
Well, how were you
raised?
I
was raised going to church, a Pentecostal church.
Okay, Pentecostal.
But what I'm realizing is that there are people now who are kind of they're there, but they're not really doing the practices. Does that make sense?
Right.
I don't want somebody who is in church every Sunday, but not practicing, not living it. So that's more important to me.
Let me
that's
ask
all
you
I'm
this.
trying to say.
So if they practice spiritually, but they don't go to a church, because, for example, like myself, I believe in God, and I pray to God all the time, but I don't go to a mosque or I don't go into a church. That's not me. To me, I just don't find that comfort in that religion. But I have a great relationship with God spiritually. So would you say that that'd be okay with you? Like, as long as they practice and live the good life and put God first, do they have to be somebody who goes to a church?
I believe if you practice and do the other part, you would go to it wouldn't let me see if you see what I'm trying to say? If you do the other stuff, going wouldn't affect you. It wouldn't make it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It would be like, okay, it's fine. This is a place where other people who believe what I believe gather. Right. So to me, I would question if they say, I do this, but no, I'm not going to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, that I would question that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you got to be there every Sunday, every Wednesday, every month. So I would question how you feel about that one part, or and why you wouldn't go to the other part. Maybe somebody hurt you, maybe something happened. Yes. That would be my question.
Because I know with my experience, one of the reasons why I don't like going into churches is because every church I've ever been to, I've had bad experiences. I've been kicked out, and so I was like, how am I supposed to sit here and feel comfortable and talk to God if I can't even be myself? So I went and just took it to where I was like, look, I'm just going to take what I learned and practice it. And who says I have to be in a church to practice it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But would you be opposed to, because, you are somebody who wants to go to church. I see. So would you be opposed to dating somebody who's like a Buddhist, for example, because they go to church, they have their own style, but that's kind of what we're asking here. You're like, would you be opposed to dating somebody like that?
Or more specifically, would you be opposed to, I'm trying to get down to what religion you believe in, because a lot of Christians won't date outside of their religion, or Muslim or whatever, or just whatever it is. So how do you identify now? I know you're raised Pentecostal, but how do you identify now?
Right. The thing is, I don't like the term Christian.
Non-denominational?
I just don't. Yeah, just non-denominational. But I would say, to see what you're saying, like Buddhist, Muslim, no, because that is not what I believe in.
Right.
Exactly. And that's perfectly fine, because it all comes down to your core beliefs and everything, because this is ultimately what you got to discuss, because if you end up having a family and you raise children, if you have two different religions, I know it can get messy, it can get tough,
At some point you will bump heads. But I don't, as I said, I don't like the term Christian, and I don't like, because of the whole forcing, type thing. You just are able to be free in God, and you have your relationship with Him. And as I said, that would trickle down to, yes, you would want to go to church because there are people who believe the same as you. That's all.
Right. Okay. Now, one thing that goes very hand in hand with religion is politics, because politics go to your core beliefs. And when people are on this side, whatever side of the fence they're on, when you really think it ties hand in hand with religion. So, which way would you want your mate to lean politically, or do you care?
With that one,
We got the
it's
tough
like
questions
my
today.
yeah, it's like I just don't believe other side. It's like I feel like one person says one thing, the other person says the other thing. As far as it goes with politics, I am just like, let us just be liberal. Is that what the word? Like,
no.
Liberal.
So that's more democratic.
Learn both sides and just be like, okay, this is what we think is important. This is what we don't think. But as far as like picking, I'm this or I'm that, I don't.
So you want somebody just open-minded?
Yeah, just be open-minded.
You're more independent.
Yeah, because or independent.
It's like
Yeah,
a judge
because
issue,
there's some
Right.
sides where like, I don't agree with that,
Right.
but they're doing it.
Right.
And this other side is like, okay, well, I don't really agree with that either, but they're doing it. But it's like, I just don't believe in worshiping a government leader because of the promises they make, or just like kicking them down as soon as they do something that is, I don't know. Maybe it might sound a little bit too independent, but it's like people
You
do
judge per
different
issue,
things. Exactly.
basically.
Per issue.
All right, guys, we got to take a break. But before the break, let me ask you one last question. Relationship goals, marriage,
Yes.
kids?
Yes.
Okay. All right, how many kids?
About 2.
And on that point, is it okay if they have kids already, or do you want to have kids with them?
I would say if they have one.
One
Maybe
kid.
one, yeah.
And do you prefer older, younger, middle?
Middle or older.
Okay.
Not just,
Not young.
not like a
These are
1-year-old.
these are what's important,
No, that's a real
All right,
question.
guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
1 and 2, that's very little.
All right, guys, we got to take a break, but go ahead and get a copy of my new book, How My Kitty Betrayed Me. It talks about how the distractions in your life, as we've liberated as women, we have started doing everything like men. We have sex like men. 85% of women surveyed admit they have a Plan B guy. When you look at Ashley Madison, who was hacked by Anonymous, 80 to 85% of their people that were hacked, they released all their names, credit cards, all that stuff. 80% of their database was women looking for affairs. And so as being someone on that forefront of that women's love movement, the thing that I got caught up in was we're not built for casual sex as women. In fact, we release a chemical that attaches us to our partner, and we think we can do it like men, and we probably can on every other level, but sex is truly not one of them. And then at the right, Mr. Right walks in. So get the copy of your book today. It is available at the Amber Neal Show. Just DM us, tell us if you want a copy. I'll send you an autographed copy, and tell me how many you need. And when we come back, guys, we're going to talk about 10 things that stop you from moving on, and we'll get to know Nicole a little bit better.
Absolutely. And if y'all guys have any questions for Nicole, or y'all guys want to chime in on the show, call us at 866-479-8752. And we will be right back after a word from our sponsors. Marydate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
Hello, I'm Larry.
And I'm Denise. And we are the Scotts.
Denise and I have been married for almost a year now, and it has been a thrill.
Yes, it has. We are always honeymooning and always on the go, doing something as a couple.
And that's what I love about my wife, Denise. She is full of energy, she's full of excitement, and she is full of love.
And I love you for allowing me to shine my love in your life, and I'm super ready to share a lifetime of memory with you.
She's my wife.
He's my husband.
She's my friend.
He's my friend.
She's my everything.
He's my everything.
She's my queen.
He's my king.
She's my lifetime.
He's my lifetime. This is what makes a happy marriage.
And we both believe what God put together, no one can ever tear apart.
Join Marydate today by visiting www.marydate.com.
watching a great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up.
Are you a small business owner that is struggling to promote your company?
Our topic today is, what's your status?
Shoot the dice at this point.
You just shoot the dice. Roll the dice.
So,
yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's attorneys.
I love it. Imagine being televised on a national platform. How about being a host or sponsor on a syndicated podcast? Or being featured on exclusive promotions and interview for your product to your ideal customer? Hi, I'm Kayla Sneed, and I'm head of sales with Boss Up Houston. And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify. I'll be seeing you soon.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Hey guys, welcome back into Thirsty Thursdays with my co-host DJ Houston. Hi. Today it is our sexy single sofa, Nicholl, and we are getting to know her and find out what she's looking for. Guys, y'all can call in. The phone lines are open if you want to chime in to any topics we've got today. Call into the phones, 866-479-8752. And you can watch us live in studio at the Boss Up Houston Network. And if you're checking this out afterwards, catch us on the Boss Up Houston YouTube channel for reruns. And I've got my new book out, guys. So if you want to get your autographed copy, go ahead and DM us here at the show, at the Amber Neal Show on Facebook, or go to amberneal.com and inbox me, and I'll be glad to autograph and send you out a copy of How My Kitty Betrayed Me. And it basically addresses the women's lib movement and sexuality and how this gets us caught up and keeps us single for a long time.
So once again, guys, if you didn't hear it the first time, if you want to order this book, $20, you can hit us, DM us on the Amber Neal Show, or you can even call the Matchmaker Hotline, 866-479-8752, to order a book. You know what I'm saying? Or much more. But call us, order books, hit us up. Y'all guys already know the Amber Neal Show. If you don't know, where the hell you been?
All right, guys. So today we're talking about 10 things that stop you from moving on. I want to address this because energy doesn't lie. I say this to women and men all the time. While we're out here having a bunch of casual relationships, what y'all don't get is that you're energetically connecting soul ties to every single person that you attach to, and you wonder why is my Prince Charming passing me by? Why is Boaz not finding me? It's because you're with broke ass or lying ass or cheap ass. Instead, while you're waiting on Boaz, right? And let me tell y'all another thing. Jesus never sent y'all somebody else's husband, ladies. So while y'all sitting here saving all my love for you, like Whitney, y'all are sitting here getting passed up, okay? You're a whole wife. You're a rib. You're a gift. You are the freaking carrot, not the rabbit. And the thing is, while you're wasting your time with these situationships, textationships, BS-ationships, you're wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. Energetically, you may think you're lying. Oh yeah, I'm single. But energetically, we can pick up on that spiritually with each other. We all have intuition. You can feel if somebody, so while you're busy holding on, I'm going to hope he's going to be it today. You need to open up and let God and let go, okay? So let's jump in and tell you why. So the main reason why a lot of people are single is because they are caught up in these old relationships they need to let go of. So today, we're going to help you, give you 10 tips on how to let go and move on so that you actually have a chance in hell, and energetically putting it out there so somebody says, you know what, wow, look at them living their best life and happy and healthy alone. You've got to be happy and healthy alone before you can attract somebody. Because if you're not happy with your own company, why would somebody else be happy with your company?
Absolutely.
Right? What's number one?
Well, the first thing is You got to stop stalking them on social media, in real life, through their friends. You know, you stalk them too often, and instead of blocking them on all social media or across the board, period, because just because you block them on Twitter and you keep them on Instagram, are you really doing anything good to yourself? You know, you got to block them. Stop stalking them. Stop thinking about them. Yeah. Exactly. You know, like, why keep putting yourself through that loneliness that you consider that you're going through right now when you're broken up with? You know, every time you see that picture, every time you hear their name, you're going to think about it. So the best way to move on is to stop thinking about it. Stop seeing them. Stop going to their Facebook page like, are they dating somebody now?
You're stalking them.
Exactly. Stop
That's illegal. Okay?
True.
What do you think about that? Do you agree with that?
Yes, I definitely agree, and I have definitely done that because, like you said, once you're spiritually tied to that person, and a lot of people don't understand soul ties don't have anything to do with like sex or anything. It just depends on how much time you spend.
That's right.
Thinking about that person or like really attaching, like you said, your energy to them. That's very important. Yeah, so I agree. Mute, block, unfollow, whatever you have to do.
Absolutely. I mean, I used to be one of those people that kept all my exes on my social media all the time. Yeah. I have a couple here and there, but those are those ones that I'm actually kind of good friends with. But all the other ones, like, I finally started block, delete, edit. I got over them so much faster because I wasn't constantly, every time I felt better and I'd pick up my phone and bam, I see their face and I'm like, oh, let's have another drink, You
cannot manifest from a negative energy. Yeah, you must be in an attitude of gratitude to manifest. And if somebody steals your joy, every time you look at them, that's your peace, and that's too expensive. Number 2, I really want to talk real quickly, but specifically about number 2, if I give y'all nothing else from today, is listening to the updates in their life and giving them updates about your life. So the number one way a narcissist will get you is by creating a trauma bond. My mother's this, my sister's this, my kid's this, my baby mama's sex. You're like, oh my God, really? Oh, how can I help? Oh, you poor victim. Oh, you poor thing. And that's the trick of the narcissist, is to trauma bond you to them to where, let me save them. Let me help them. How can I help? How can I rescue? That's the number one thing, guys, is if you keep listening to their updates, they're not moving any further along in a commitment, a proposal, a marriage, but all they want to do is be an emotional dumping ground.
Correct.
You are nothing more to them than a supply. And once you understand that you are nothing but a supply to dump your crap on, you'll move on. But stop letting them do that to you. What do you say?
I absolutely agree. That's something that they do to you. They make you feel obligated by saying, hey, well, that the other trick of it is, my mother really loved you. It would break her heart if you didn't come over for dinner tonight. Right. Even though we're already broken up, like, come on, it's a game, and it's how they really get to you, by feeding on the emotion of. I don't want to hurt somebody else that didn't do nothing to me.
It's just they get you caught up in their trauma. What do you think, Nicholl?
Correct. Oh, listen, this tea is hot today.
I know, girl. We try.
This tea is hot today, and I'm like, all of these are things that has happened to me, so it's like I completely agree 100%. I thought I was being empathetic to somebody, but as you said, you're just a emotional dumping ground, and it's not going to lead to anything, and it didn't. So you're right.
And let me tell you one thing about narcissists also. They'll never let you go. They will. That's why you have to go no contact when you break up, because they will keep trying. It's a supply. They're an energy vampire. They just want to suck the life out of you.
True.
What's number 3?
So the next sign of 10 things that's stopping you from moving on from your ex, from your coworker, from whoever hurt you, is you're showing off to get their attention. You're playing these games on social media, like stunting. That's what we call it. You're stunting on social media, just trying to get their attention. You specifically are hanging out with some of their friends,
pretending to have fun.
Exactly. Like you're calling up some mutual friends, going and hanging out with them, partying with them, and posting. So that way, when you tag them, they automatically go and get seen on your ex's newsfeed and stuff. Stop playing those games. Because the problem is that you're still giving them energy. When you do that, you're giving all your energy and thought and time to somebody who's not even paying attention to you anymore. Yeah. I guarantee that they probably got you blocked and you don't even know it, and they're not seeing none of this stuff anyway. So stop stunting. There's no reason to stunt for your ex. They done moved on.
And Pops writes in. He says he goes, "What happened to good character and personality? Narcissists are not able to do that. They are emotionally crippled to a point. They don't have emotion like that. It's literally just looking for a supply. And so we would love people with the personality and character, but when it comes to narcissists, trust me, that's nothing if you ever been through that, it will make you slow down and not be so damn thirsty, because what narcissists do is they love bomb you instantly. Let's get married. You're the one. They want to hurry up and get you locked in, get you pregnant, get you locked down, whatever it is, so that by the time the mask comes off, it's too late.
It's too late.
And you know, guys, before we tell you the next tip, I just want to tell any of you, if you feel like you have any extra tips that you want to add to this, call us up at the Matchmaker hotline, 866-479-8752. And if it's good enough to actually be a tip and not just you spouting off, I'm talking like you've been through this situation and you know how to move on.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a trip to Vegas.
All right.
4-night, little fun trip to Vegas.
Women narcissists are just as bad.
Exactly. So guys, women, any of you, like I said, if you have another tip, that we haven't said that you feel like would be really helpful to somebody, call into the show.
In fact, when I meet, there's men I can meet and I go, I can tell your mother was a narcissist. You can just tell by the way they behave. Number 4, if they are, 10 things that keep you from moving on. Number 4 is checking their last seen. You know how like on some messages it read or seen on Instagram and it shows you. Don't go in there and check that. And in fact, if they are narcissists, you should be no contact anyway. But just to go, did they look? Did they see? Did they text? I'm telling you, your phone, I call it a leash. I'm old enough to remember back when we didn't have phones with us, and it was so much freedom. It wasn't as convenient having to go to payphones, but phones are a leash, and the thing is you are literally giving away your power every time you look, every time you check. True. And guess what that's making you do? Feel worse and worse and worse. It does. Rejection. Why are you giving them that power? What do you say, Nicole?
Yeah, rejection, unfortunately, can sometimes become addictive. Some people can get addicted to that feeling, and that's how you know something is wrong. I don't know about that's how I knew something was wrong with me, because I felt like the worse this person treated me, I still kept like going after them. So that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, there's a problem here and you need to fix it before you keep repeating this same type of behavior. Yeah.
Because a lot of us, we live off that fear base, and unfortunately rejection is like one of the biggest fear bases that us as humans have. We want to feel love. We don't want to feel rejected. But like, we were saying, if you keep looking for that seen message, that read message, that you're literally setting yourself up for rejection, because y'all broke up. Your ex, you are no longer an is, you are a was. Yes. Okay? So if you're expecting something more to come out of that, you're delusional.
My favorite word. What's the next one?
So the next thing, 10 things to stop you from moving on is expecting them to check your story. You got to stop expecting them to check in on you, period. Whether it's checking your story, calling to see if you're alive, they don't care.
Let me tell y'all, and if you do, let's say you have an ex that you broke up and they're not a bad person. Maybe y'all just had difference of opinions or family. There are breakups that aren't necessarily toxic, right?
Right.
And let's say you made a mistake. Maybe you worked too much, you didn't give them enough attention, or maybe you just didn't make as much effort, or maybe you forgot their birthday, whatever. Little things that are not deal breakers, right? And you do want to get them back. Let me tell you the secret for that. Confidence. So when you start chasing him, men are hunters by nature. Correct. You never see a deer lay down in front of a lion. Let them hunt. What attracts your ex back will be confidence and not playing the game. Did they check? Did they look? You're not, because you're living your best life. Man, well, everybody everybody wants what they can't have.
I was just about to say that.
Confidence in yourself and moving on. That men change through pain, not through comfort, right? So if you're still comforted and they know, oh, she's there, they're not going to. Why would they change? The only way a man will ever change is one, because he wants to, not because you marry him or have kids.
True.
Only because he wants to. But more than anything, if you want to get him back, it's confidence. I'm telling you, that's it every time.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think? When I think it's we're running out of time.
No, that was perfect.
No, I agree. You know, confidence is key here. You know, it's just like the second that once you become single and you start following that self-love journey, everybody that didn't want you before you were confident, all of a sudden coming out of the woodworks to want you. So
all at the same time.
Confidence is key.
All right, number 6, guys. 10 things that keep you from moving on is expecting closure. Listen, be okay with never getting closure. The fact that they took you for granted, mistreated you, whatever happened to where it was a deal breaker enough to break up, let it go.
Absolutely.
You're never. Some people are not self-aware enough to even know they are the problem. So you expecting them to come back and give you that closure? How can they give you closure when they won't even admit they're the problem?
Correct. It's true.
You got your closure. Your closure is you took me for granted, you treated me like trash, and I'm moving on.
Or sometimes closure can be you have to admit the part that you played in it.
Ooh.
You cannot keep blaming everybody.
Ooh, you sound like us.
Look, I'm just saying this now because when that part hit me, I think I cried for like 2 days. I was like, oh, I was involved.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was just what he did, what he did, but you cannot.
You attracted that.
When I realized that I played a bad part in it, and I allowed a lot of the foolishness, I was like, bam, closure.
Right.
It is.
It really is.
Because at the end of the day, especially as a woman of God, you have to ask yourself this one question. One question when you're done with the man. Is this God's best for me? And you think he's going to send a man like that?
Exactly.
Or did you put him in his life?
All right. And not when you left out God in the whole process.
Yeah.
Go
you
ahead.
check with God after the fact. Hey, I found him. I think this is him. Can you go ahead and make sure that works out?
Exactly.
What's number 7?
So, you know, one of the other things keeping you from moving on is the fact that you just refuse to accept the breakup or the divorce or the getting cut off from a business relationship. You know, you just you refuse to accept it.
You're just wasting your life waiting.
Yeah, and I just but again,
did they call?
Yeah, exactly. But again,
I think I heard it.
What I say is you're delusional. You're delusional. You know, like you broke up. Stop thinking that it's.
Okay, now let me just say it. Just there's some people out there. I used to be like that. Just very emotionally now in my other parts of my life I was hard, I was tough, but when it came to guys, it's like my brain just turned to mush.
How my kitty betrayed me. I feel you, girl.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say you really have to work hard on that. I had to work hard on that because I don't know it was like I said, when I was really into something, it's like my brain just disappeared and it's just water just came up here. So you really have to work hard on that. I know that your feelings and your emotions will lie to you. They will lie.
Yes,
so
they will.
I just wanted to throw that in
ain't
there.
your feelings, that's your kitty.
Exactly.
You know, okay.
Yeah, or your just lack of feeling, because sometimes it's not always sexual. You're right, it's not always the sexual part. It's just maybe loneliness or whatever, but yeah, it's all bad. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Number 8 reason why you're probably not able to move on is because getting back to the past, to the future. So it's all about, oh, but we planned so much together. You stay caught up in the fantasy island. You get caught up in the illusion of what could have been, but it could have been you fell in love with potential, and it didn't work out. So now you gotta let that part go. It didn't work out. You know what? Sometimes your no is God's protection. You don't know what that relationship could have turned out something horrible, and you're sitting there trying to push it in your life. Let go, because anything that's meant for you, you can't lose.
It's true.
If it's meant for you, it will come around. And listen, where there's resistance, that's your clue. It's not right now.
Right.
But just because it's no right now, look at J-Lo and Ben Affleck. 17 years, and now boom, they're happy as ever. Sometimes it's just timing. Right. But don't hold on to it. Just let it go and give it to God. And as they say, dance with God, and He'll let the right man cut in. What's number 9?
And number 9, I'm gonna just say I kind of disagree with and agree with at the same time. It's one of those catch-22s, you know. Yeah. But it says, you know, what I'm saying is like it's because it wants you to delete your pictures. You know what I'm saying? Delete all the digital memories of your ex. And the only reason I kind of disagree with that is because not every memory you had with the ex is bad. You know, what about the good memories? Why should I have to delete the good memories?
Because it's keeping you from moving.
But I don't. Sometimes I don't.
Just like what?
I don't know because, but you know, this is where we always have this little argument because just like you say, you know, you can't be friends with your exes, and I am friends
I'm
with my
not saying
exes.
you can't be friends with your ex. I say
No,
you
you're
should be
saying
friends
that
with a toxic ex. There's a big
Well,
difference.
no, what you say is that you were either never in love with your ex or you still in love with
so
your ex.
that has nothing to be a
So,
friend.
but I'm saying
love is you either still love them or you
don't, you know. So
that's
I mean,
psychology. That's
you know,
fact.
I don't know, because like I said, especially like with my Instagram, like since I've had my Instagram, if you were one of my exes, you're still on my Instagram. I guarantee it. You know, if it's a bad picture, of course, like if it brings back bad memories, because to me, you know. But I can see where, you know, looking at the good memories can kind of keep you stuck there because you're like, oh, you know, it could be. Yeah. But I don't know.
All I'm just saying is you had to get over it, right?
I think maybe if you just go and put like
put a folder,
put like a filter on it or something where you can't see it for like 30 days or so, you know,
or just
would
take
be good.
them down and just put them in a folder and just save it.
That's it. I just don't like getting rid of memories.
Okay, so don't. So if you're, I'm the same way. I keep everything. I have pictures of my high school boyfriend. Okay, and that was 30 years ago. It's a real one, of course. But my point is to make it a little hard for you though. Take everything off. Take everything down. Put it in a separate drive, like a hard drive, to where you have to go to an effort to go look at it. Make it a little harder for yourself if you don't want to go all the way to delete. But today's topic is how to move on. Right. So moving on, if you're going back and looking at memories and pictures, you're gonna get stuck.
Right. I mean, I guess my point would be is once you've gotten healed and you've moved on, I guess then you can keep your pictures up and move them back up or put them back up.
But that's the catch-22.
Right.
Is you can't move on until you get rid of them.
It really is.
I don't agree with that.
My delete game is very strong. Once I'm done
like
and I have hit cut, the director has I'm finished. No, like I said, I would have a little bit of the emotional attachment in the beginning, but once that is gone, it is delete forever.
Yeah, I think I'm just sentimental. I think I'm just too sentimental. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
damn Libra, that's why.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got one more tip, and then we gotta get out of here. Number 10 reason why you're not freaking moving on is that you're expecting or hoping for them to come back, and that's not a bad thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, as long as it's not abuse, toxicity, something negative like a narcissist, maybe it's just they're in school, they don't have time to give you the attention you need, or they're working, they're in med school, and they don't have time to give. If it's something like scheduling or things that are not like in your deal breaker category, then just let it go and have peace with that. And it's normal to hope that they come back. You can't really stop yourself from hoping, but you got to be cognizant that you're spending that much time and energy wasting instead of letting it go and saying, here, God, you know what? I need to surrender this to you and let you handle this because I'm obsessing about it. It's taking too much of my time.
Correct.
And then let it get, like, God have it. If it's meant for you, you will not lose it. I promise you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's just me. Once you've gone and you're sure I'm not wishing anything, bye.
There you go. That's what
I'm
like, for you.
I'm just, once, because I know me. I give chances.
Yeah.
And once you mess up them chances, you showing me right there you don't want it, and neither do I.
See, and I'm the type of person I give a lot of chances.
Me too. More than I should.
Exactly. More than I should. But then I get to the point where once I've given you those chances and you get cut off, there's usually absolutely no coming back. You know, it's just you're done. So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I've got to get out of here. This has been another amazing Sexy Single Sofa with Nicholl. If you want to meet Nicholl, write into the show, The Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Hit me up on my website, Amber Neal. Anybody you meet on your own, out and about, anybody contacts you, just send them to me. I'll help you filter those. Okay. So she has a matchmaker now. So that way I can kind of help you with that part. Sometimes I think people need date coaching more than they need matchmaking, so we'll kind of get into more of that.
Yeah.
But if you want to meet Nicholl, call into the hotline. It's open 24 hours a day, 866-479-8752. And we'll be back tomorrow for Effin' Fridays with Ryan. And thanks to our sponsors today.
Absolutely. We got, thank you to Marry Date for sponsoring all of our shows all the time.
Yes.
I know today's focused mostly on singles, but, Marry Date is focused for after you get booed up. We're going to go and boo you up here on the Sexy Single sofa and then send you on your way to Marry Date so that way you and your boo can still put the date in your marriage. We got so many great events coming up. You guys go check out our website. If you can't read Amber's shirt on how it's spelled, it's marydate.com. And make sure you also go and check out our Facebook page at the Amber Neal Show for all of our future events, all of our, we do a lot of singles events for the Amber Neal Show. All of our couples are through Marry Date. So follow both of the pages. We have a Marry Date Facebook page, Marry Date website.
And get a copy of my book.
If you want a copy of the book, or if you want to come and be a sexy single on the show, or you want to input anything on the show, call the Matchmaker hotline, 866-479-8752, so that way we can screen you and get you, a match made in Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Nicholl, so much for coming on today.
Thank you guys
We
for
enjoyed
having me.
it.
This was fun,
This
and
was
I'm very
fun.
glad to be here. And everybody watching, just, keep tuning in and keep just being happy.
Yeah.
So Nicole, one last thing, because I know we really got to go, but we always like to tell our sexy single. Look into the camera and tell your future husband the message you want him to know about you. Like,
If he gets you, what does he get?
Exactly.
With me, you getting what kind of wife?
With me, you are getting a person who is loving, hardworking, nurturing, and somebody who just loves to travel, have a good time, and somebody who will always be there to encourage you and help you to achieve the best parts of yourself.
Aww.
So sweet.
This never gets old.
Exactly. So y'all guys, be the next single on the Sexy Single sofa.
Yeah, it could be you.
Exactly. Hit us up. If not, we'll see y'all tomorrow for Effin' Friday with our co-host, Ryan Yarbrough.
3 o'clock, right back here on Boss Up Houston. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Marry Date, Houston's first private social club for couples.
Chris and I met on MySpace. We started doing music together first, and then we became really good friends, and we were friends for about 5 years. And then we started dating each other in 2008. By February 2009, we were engaged, and by November 2009, we were married. We have 3 children together that we have raised, and we have traveled the world together and eaten some of the best food in the world, and collectively have just built up an amazing network of friends and family and a circle of people that we just love and care about, and they continue to motivate and we continue to motivate them. We build our energy on our relationship with the energy that we can give to other people and the effect that we can have on other people's lives. And we're going on 12 years strong this year through all the obstacles and the goods and the bads. We're still together, and we're here to share our story.
Join Marry Date today by visiting www.marydate.com.
Ready for the one and only gentlemen, live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of